One inexpensive and commonly forgot maintenance item is the PCV valve. I'm going to show you how to clean out the PCV valves. There's two of them on a 2017 Nissan Armada. PCV stands for positive crankcase ventilation. What this component does is allow unwanted gases to escape the crankcase and vent back into the intake system. They can get clogged with oil and they will be needing replacement over time, or what we're going to do in this case is just clean them out and put them back in. On this V8 engine, there's two of them located on each side of the engine. There's a hose running to it with a clamp. I'm zooming in to see the one right there. You can see it's a plastic fitting with the rubber hose attached to it. In order to remove it, we need to remove the hose first, and then the other side has another one as well, identical setup. This one's a bit harder to see, but the hose connecting to it. And in order to remove this plastic component, it does have a bolt head on it though, even though it is plastic, and it's a 23 millimeter. So I'm going to start on the driver's side first using my needle nose pliers to slide up that hose clamp. Wiggling the hose clamp off reveals the end of the PCV valve. I found the 23 millimeter to be a good fit, but I tried to get my ratchet down there and it couldn't quite fit. I could have probably got my mid-size socket on there to get it to work, but I actually just used my deep sock 23 millimeter socket by hand and I could loosen it out. These aren't that tight, so just using my full hand strength could loosen it. And then I got it out, and here is one of two PCV valves. It's still in pretty good condition. The O-ring looks good. I can tell there's a little bit of oil in it. You need to shake it and it needs to rattle freely. And when I shake this, I can tell there's a little bit of buildup in there. And I just want to clean it out. You could replace it. OEM ones are about $20 or $25. You can get a cheaper one for maybe under $10. But I think these are in still good condition. I can still hear it rattle, but it does sound like it's caked up a little bit. So I'm just getting my brake parts cleaner and spraying it through it, trying to get out any of the crud that has built up in it. Spraying it, shaking it, spraying it, shaking it, doing it a couple times, just making sure to get it all out. And then wiping it down with some soapy water to get all that brake clean residue off. And then if you had a air compressor handy, you could blow air through it, but I just blew through it to hopefully get any brake clean out of there. And now it rattles a lot freer, which is how they come, brand new. And we can put this back in. Be sure not to cross thread it, this plastic component. Get it in nice and snug. And then I'm just gonna use my deep 23 millimeter socket by hand again, just getting it as tight as I can. And that should be fully seated. And you can see me just torquing it down by hand. After that's nice and snug, you can slip that hose back on. And then move the hose clamp back to its original position. Don't try to put it in a different position because there are grooves worked out for that. Just put it back where you found it. So one of two is done. Now to the passenger side of the vehicle, and this one's a little bit harder to get to. It's definitely harder to film. You can see this wiring harness in the way, but we're basically going to do the same thing all over again, just moving that hose clamp up. Be careful not to rotate that hose clamp. If you rotate it maybe 90 or even 180 degrees, it can be hard to squeeze that clamp again with all this, with all the other components in the way. And I thought I could get away with it, but I'm actually going to have to remove this engine cover. The engine cover has these two obvious 10 millimeters, but don't pull it up too hard because there's two 10 millimeters tucked underneath that you'll either need a good reach or an extension for to remove. So 4 10 millimeters in total. And with that removed, you can kind of see how it attached. Now it gives us better access to the PCV valve on the passenger side, and my deep socket was kind of getting in the way, so I am going to use my shallow or mid 23 millimeter socket. Luckily, I could get this off by hand. And this one was a little bit more dirty than the other side. You can see the oil buildup all around it. When I shook it, it was a lot duller sounding. Didn't have that rattle like a new or the other one did. So I'm just going to be sure to spray it all out with the brake clean, and a lot of residue came out of this one. Sometimes if these are backed up, you can get excessive oil consumption, but you really don't want that those gases causing an oil leak in the crankcase. You want to relieve those gases. So after spraying this with brake clean, it rattles freely again, and we're going to install it. Be sure not to cross thread these plastic threads. Get it nice and snug. Get that 23 millimeter and snug it up by hand. Just be certain that it is fully seated. It can seem like it is sometimes, but it's not quite there. You just don't want to have a vacuum leak going on. So there it is, fully seated. Reattach the hose. And after the hose is fully seated, move that clamp back down with your needle nose pliers, making sure that the clamps actually continue to face you so that you can remove it in the future. After the valves have been cleaned or replaced, be sure to reattach the engine cover with all 4 10 millimeters, starting with the rear ones and then working your way to the front. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Any additional links will be provided in the video description. And if you have any questions at all, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can.